All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, where I learned this truth from, and I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect, and today, I just pretty much want to go into, this National Cheeseburger Day thing. So I'm just going to play a couple clips and then bring out a few scriptures. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and straight to the point. And as you've heard in recent news, as far as Wendy's, they're going to be selling, this junior bacon cheeseburger for a penny, from September 18th to, I think they said, the 22nd or something like that. But these are the deals, So Wendy's is selling the junior bacon cheeseburger, says with any purchase for a penny. McDonald's is selling the double cheeseburgers for 50 cents. Burger King is giving away free cheeseburgers with a $1 purchase. Carl's Jr. is doing a 50% off cheeseburgers. Smash Burger is doing $5 singles, and then White Castle is buy one, get one free. So pretty much the main thing I want to focus on is the top three, mainly Wendy's, because they're selling these junior bacon cheeseburgers, as we know, that we ain't supposed to be eating swine, so that's off right there. And then on top of that, if they're only selling these burgers for a penny, then it's something wrong. We know that these particular fast food corporations such as Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King, they really are selling real meat, So first clip I'm going to play is this one.
Well, what do we have here? September 18th through September 22nd, they're saying it's National Cheeseburger Week. Well, here's the thing. First of all, a nationwide chain, Wendy's, is giving away junior bacon cheeseburgers for 1 cent. Not 50 cents, not 75 cents, not even $1. Just 1 cent. My question to you is, are you going to be fooled to eat this crap just because it's a penny? First of all, you should already be questioning the stuff you're putting in your mouth to begin with. But a lot of you aren't. A lot of you aren't doing that. You're just going with whatever the masses tell you to eat and do. And you wonder why you have the health problems that you have. Let's be real. This is not meat, okay? For all of my carnivores out there who say they eat meat, this is not meat. We don't even hardly have enough cows to supply 3 days of burgers being 1 cent, and you don't even have a cap. Ain't no cap. You can get as many as you want. They tried to fool you once, and a lot of y'all fell for it. Y'all fell for it. But what would you think about this? For 1 cent, this almost going back to them Popeye's chicken sandwiches. A lot of y'all gonna fool into this, but a lot of you have to understand this is not meat. These are chemicals that you're going to be putting in your body, and you do not need to participate in this foolery. Okay, share this video. Well, what do we...
All right, now, that woman pretty much gave her take, on Wendy's selling these burgers for a penny. Now, she said it wasn't meat. Now, I'm going to correct her. It is meat, but it isn't real meat, But again, that's is suspicious, that they're selling these burgers for so cheap, Then I'm going to play this one from The Simpsons.
Anticipated burger squared. Krusty, what can you tell us about this fantastic new sandwich?
I'm glad you asked, Kent. We start with grade A beef, feed that to other cows, then kill them and serve the unholy results on a 7-grain bun. Burger squared!
The math checks out.
And now this lucky reporter will be the first human to sample this delicious crime against nature. Juicy, flavorful, with just a hint of...
Hey, that's my check cashing arm, you stupid!
anticipated burgers.
And as you can see, pretty much The Simpsons, with their predictive programming. Now, am I personally saying that there's going to be a so-called zombie apocalypse because of these burgers? No. But again, it is suspicious that they're only selling them for this cheap, so something isn't right about it. Something is not right about these burgers that they're selling. And then I'm going to play this last clip, and it's something that a brother shared, and it's, man.
Is there anything more adorable than baby lab burger eating a pickle?
This isn't how I wanted to start my Monday. What the hell?
Is there anything more adorable than baby lab burger eating a pickle?
This isn't how I wanted to start my Monday. What the hell?
And as you can see, that patty was moving. It was like it was trying to eat the pickle, So don't be surprised if that's what they're selling these people, So I'm just going to get straight to the scriptures, It's the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 16. And I'm going to start at verse 21. And it says, Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Excuse me. Now, again, right now they're selling these burgers for cheap, from the 18th, September 18th to September 22nd. But, who knows what's going to take place, Don't be surprised if people actually get sick from, eating that. Because, again, they're only selling it dirt cheap. And a lot of people think, oh, well, it's a great deal. Well, in reality, it's a price that you're going to pay for taking that cheap burger, Verse 22, and it says, For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So yes, right now people that aren't in the know, that think, everything is going to be fine. They think that, oh, well, yeah, Wendy's is selling their burgers for $1, and it's like, not $1, but selling their burgers for a penny, and McDonald's is selling their cheeseburgers for 50 cents. Well, right now, yeah, the victuals are good cheap, but, people are going to suffer later, because it says, evils are going to grow upon the earth as well. And a lot of people are going to die from the coming famine, So I'm going to go to Slocky, bear with me. This is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 6, and verse 25. And now this is talking about, what happened. And I want to say 70 AD. I could be wrong. Brother can correct me if I'm wrong. But, this is what took place before, and this was going to take place again, but it's going to be worse. This is 2 Kings 6 and 25, and it says, And there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver, and the fourth part of a cab of dove's dung was sold, Slakia, for 5 pieces of silver. So yes, people are pretty much, selling donkey's heads and bird shit, just to put it bluntly, because that's the time that we're coming in where people are pretty much going to die by this famine. And that's what's going to take place. Because again, the elites, they already want to feed people, bugs, things of that sort. But in this time to come, that's how it's going to be. And except it's not only going to be, it may not be a donkey's head, it may be anything. Whatever someone can catch is what they're going to eat, ultimately, even if it's another person, Then, Slacky. Then just real quick, I'm going to jump to the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 8. And it says, "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord power who judgeth her." And yes, all the plagues of Babylon are going to come in one day. Now, is it everything going to be exactly in one day? Only time will tell, but it's still going to be a process. But these plagues are going to come upon the earth. The point, I want to make in this particular verse again is that famine. Now we all know that America is going to be burned by those missiles, but that's going to be after people take the mark of the beast. That's going to be their judgment for receiving the mark of the beast. Dying by that thermonuclear fire. But before those missiles come, people are going to die by the famine. People are going to eat, whatever they can. People are ultimately going to eat each other, Okay, Slaki is in the same chapter. 2 Kings, chapter 6. I'm just going to continue 2 Kings, chapter 6 and verse 26. And it says, "And as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, Help, my lord, O king. And he said, If the Lord do not help thee, whence shall I help thee? Out of the barn floor," it's like out of the barn floor or out of the wine press. So pretty much, this woman is asking him for help, but he's pretty much telling her, well, what you want me to do? If the Lord can't help you, I can't help you, Verse 28, "And the king said unto her, What aileth thee? And she answered, This woman said unto me, Give thy son, that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. So we boiled my son, and did eat him. And I said unto her on the next day, Give thy son, that we may eat him. And she hid her son. And it came to pass, when the king heard the words of the woman, that he rent his clothes and passed by the wall. And the people looked, and behold, he had sackcloth within upon his flesh. So yes, that's how bad it's going to get out here. People are going to be eating each other. And as you can see, this particular account, one woman pretty much, tricked the other woman into eating her son. She supplanted her into eating her son, and then she hid hers. The other woman hid her son. But that's how it's going to be in a time to come. It's going to be extremely bad out. And it's the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 5 and verse 3. And it says, For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. And yes, that's what's coming. Because right now, it's still pretty much the calm before the storm. They're letting people know that, for the most part, they're pretty much telling everybody that everything is going to be all right, when in fact it isn't. Even though, now, certain places you can still get food for cheap, hence the reason of this lesson. These particular fast food chains are selling, these cheap burgers, So right now it seems, like everything is all right, but, sudden destruction, something is going to take place to where, it's pretty much going to change, the course of the world, because the mark of the beast is on the way. It's here, but it's still on the way. That prophecy has to come to pass before that destruction comes. So I'm going to end it on this. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 15 and verse 2. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, Whither shall we go? Then thou shalt tell them, Thus saith the Lord, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity. So these are going to be the various ways that people are going to be put to death out here, whether it be, they die by the sword, the modern sword being a gun, people being shot, stabbed, taken by force, to put it, clean. But ultimately, people are also going to die by famine. They're going to starve to death. These are just, a few of the judgments that the Lord is going to bring upon this earth, because pretty much the Lord is going to pour out all his plagues upon Babylon the Great, aka America, So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the artists of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from, and I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. To the next time I say Shalom.